What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to Pikmin 2. Last time, we got about half of the treasures in the surface of the Valley of Repose. And this time, we are going to be doing the Subterranean Complex. And I want to get started as quickly as possible because the Subterranean Complex, is by far the longest and the hardest dungeon we have done so far. So I want to try to start off one on the right foot, but also at a relatively good speed because this is probably going to be a long one. So let's go ahead and take out this poison emitter so we can get to the main part of this dungeon. And you can see that there is new enemies here, or a new enemy here, because these are just snow dwarf bulborbs that we have already seen. But this guy right over here with what looks like a cotton ball on his butt, this is a snow bulb, or a hairy bulborb. And it's funny because it's actually one of the weakest enemies in the game, being slower and having less health as a regular red bulborb. And I can show that by hitting it and basically immediately taking it out. It's very much a contrast to this place because it's so easy to defeat and it's not a nightmare to deal with like everything else in this dungeon. So we're just gonna go ahead and take out this one too. It literally didn't even wake up. It got hit so hard that it literally stayed asleep. But next up, there's another new enemy right over here. This is called a bumbling snitch bug. And it's very similar to the swooping snitch bug, to where it will attack you. But instead of actually attacking Pikmin and throwing them into the ground, the bumbling snitch bug actually attacks captains and grabs captains and flies away with them. Which could almost be seen as worse because if a captain is grabbed, then they are unable to command their Pikmin. And if your Pikmin are left to roam by themselves, it's very easy for enemies or anything to really kill them at that point. But next up, I want to just go around and destroy some of these poison emitters. This one shouldn't super matter, but I'm going to anyway. And I believe there are some poison emitters over here that I also need to deal with. Or do I? That looks like it's just a shortcut. I'm going to refrain from that one for now. And let's go ahead and run over here with the purple Pikmin so we can take out some more snow dwarf bulborbs. Take out you two, and I'm going to assume there's another bumbling snitch bug. And there's our first treasure. Hey, bumbling snitch bug, please come over here. Come on, get hit by at least one. I'm using the purples for this because one, they do more damage, and two, they home in on the enemy, so it's a lot easier to actually hit the bumbling snitch bug. And you three can dig up that. And is there anything? How are you still alive? All right, that's weird. I could have sworn I took all of them out. Is there anything up here? I don't see anything, so let's go ahead and start bringing these guys back. And I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of my Pikmin and help dig up that treasure. So, first up, I actually want to grab these just to get them back a little bit faster. And over here, oh, they already got it dug up. They are walking back with it, I think. Yeah. Go ahead and put some more Pikmin on that. Do I have at least one white? I do. Because I know for a fact there's another treasure here somewhere. I just don't know where. Let's go ahead and go up this way. I'm straight up just looking at my treasure gauge and seeing when it's reacting. No, I want my white Pikmin to try to deal with this. So I can check over here. And what is tape called? Last time it was textile something. This time it is exhausted super stick. I think last time it was textile super stick. So 50 Pokos. And where is... It doesn't seem to be over here. I'm going to guess... Grab all these Pikmin. I know it's buried, I just don't know where. Is it over here? It's not over here. I'm just going to skip ahead to when I find it. I found it. It was basically right next to the other treasure. Weird level generation for this one. They just put both of them right next to each other. And I'm just going to race them back to the ship so I can grab them once they're done. Alright guys, come on. Faster now. I know there's at least a couple white Pikmin there. And what is this phone dial called? My brain goes to Novu. I don't think that's right. Table for 100 Pokos. No idea how to say that first word. And yeah, my treasure gauge has just went off, so let's go ahead and on to sub-level 2. Alright, sub-level 2, I want to... Let's go ahead and break this egg. Just so my Pikmin don't try to break it when I dismiss them. And I actually want Louie to grab all the Pikmin that are not purple. And we're just going to try to hang out in this corner. And I'm actually going to have Olimar run around first. Because there's a bunch of bomb rocks here that are just kind of hanging out. And I'm just going to have Olimar punch all of them. This makes it a lot easier to not have your Pikmin die to random bombs. And also it lets you see where the different treasures are. There's one there and there's one right over here. And that's a swooping snitch bug. I want to say that's all the bombs. Let me go ahead and check over here real quick. Are there any bombs left that need to be destroyed? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm not looking forward to dealing with that enemy, which I'll talk about in a minute. But first, I want to grab my purples. And with them, we shall destroy everything. Starting with the swooping snitch bug. Hello, swooping snitch bug. Please get hit. The main drawback of this area is that there's a bunch of openings here, and if you throw your Pikmin down them, they just die. So you have to be very careful when you're throwing, especially your purple Pikmin. But this guy right here is a new enemy. This is a careening Diggery bug? I'm gonna go with Diggery bug. But what it does is it will produce bomb rocks, and when it's hit, or when it's close to Pikmin, it'll throw the bomb rocks like it is doing right there. I just see 2 more bomb rocks there. And since it's throwing bomb rocks, it's dangerous because bomb rocks are some of the most dangerous things in the game. But we are just going to go ahead and take all 3 of these guys out. I'm just going to put 1 purple on each of them, and then we can go ahead and grab this. And I think I'm going to go ahead and grab the swooping stitch bug and put the rest of my Pikmin on this, because I believe it is at least decently buried, or partially buried. And I don't believe... Oh, they got that out very quickly. I don't believe there's actually anything else here that we need to deal with, so I'm just going to grab Louie to help the purples grab everything that they're carrying. Alright, everyone on everything. We want to get this back as quickly as possible. And why is there yellow just standing there? What do we have here? Alright, what's the cog? It's 70 Pokos, and it's a Spirit Flogger. I'm not sure what the joke is. But next up, we have what looks to be a light bulb. I'm going to assume it's a light bulb. NCL. And it's a network main brain. Oh, this is a fuse, I think. Which makes sense for the network main brain title. And it's 100 Pokos. So this thing, worth exactly as much as a bottle cap. And grab you 4, and I don't think we have any leaves, but I might as well check. Oh, we do have some leaves. I can see them right there. Get you last 2, flower it, and I'm actually just going to leave all the Pikmin here with Louie because the exit is covered in those bomb rocks, and I don't want the Pikmin to accidentally set them off, so I'm just going to run past with Olimar. And since the Pikmin are with Louie, they're going to go ahead and come with me anyway. Alright, I know there's something dangerous on this on this sub-level. I just don't know where. Alright, doesn't seem to be any danger yet. It's right over there, I can see it. But we're gonna grab this spring and allow them to get our first treasure back here. What's this rusty spring called? A very rusty spring called. Coiled launcher. This seems a bit big to launch any of us, but you know. Value 70 Pokos, and that put us above the 70% mark. And I think what I want to do is separate, and I'm going to grab the reds, or at least most of the reds, and we're going to try to take out okay, so the buried one's right there, which means I need Louie to first off grab all of these, and we're just gonna walk over here into a corner so that they're mostly safe. And we're gonna grab the purples. Only the purples. I don't need you white. And we are gonna take out this armored cannon beetle larva. So go ahead, shoot that way, so we can go ahead and just take you out here. Come on, take him out. Okay, good. That's the most jerkish one, because I believe there's only one that's buried. We're gonna go ahead and destroy that fire geyser. And we can destroy this one as well, because I don't think there's anything over here. And I think I'm just gonna have these guys dig that up and carry that back. And I'm gonna have these Pikmin start bringing this armored cannon beetle larva as well as the bolt back as well. We got another cog called the Omega Flywheel. Great. For 60 Pokos. And I want to see how much this armor cannon beetle larva is. We have another bolt. This one's very shiny. Why is it so shiny? A super strong stabilizer for 60 Pokos. But again, why is it so shiny? Pristine condition. Despite the fact that it was inside the larva. It's not gonna tell me how much the... It's not telling me how much the larva was. The reason is, I want to try to I'm trying to get as much money as I can because of how the debt's gonna work out between this day and the next day. So I'm going to sneak over here. And I also want to take this one out just because it's guarding a white flower. And thank you for not throwing them off the ledge. I appreciate it. And we can go ahead and take this one out too. Okay. And that should be fine. Go ahead and put a couple on you. Put a couple... Nope, lost a purple because I... because I wasn't being careful. Great. Let's go ahead and deal with these fire geysers before the Pikmin get over here and set themselves on fire. We have all of the... treasure already, so we don't need to worry about that. But I think I want to throw reds into this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll let the rest of you just help carry these back so we don't have to wait for very long. And I'm just going to go ahead and pluck these white Pikmin. Give us a few more whites. And that should be all we really need to do. There's probably an egg or a honey wisp somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where. So I'm just going to look over here very quickly, see if there's any eggs. I don't see any, so we're just going to offload the Pikmin onto Louie once again so that they're safe. Oh, we lost some purples. Guys, please stop trying to lose yourselves. And I'm just going to run around over here with Olimar to leave this sub-level. Already 3 sub-levels down. It's going pretty well so far, only losing 1 purple. And honestly, we shouldn't have lost that purple. It was just my own stupid throwing that lost that purple. I just have to be more careful. Alright, sub-level 4. If I remember correctly, there's a bunch of eggs here. This sub-level is a rest area, mostly. And so we have... I think we're going to use reds again. 5. And then over here are 2 more. And I'm going to use... I'm really debating it. I think I'm going to use reds for this one. And then I'm going to use yellows for this one. Because yellows are a lot more important than reds for this dungeon in particular, but we won't know why for a little while. Or at least it won't be apparent for a little while. Because we've been using reds more than yellows so far. Let's go ahead and pluck up these white Pikmin, and then we can see about breaking these eggs open and getting some flowers. Alright, that's 1. Get as many of you guys on it as possible. And then I want to throw a purple at this. Alright. Who else needs some nectar? I think that might be everyone. Do we have any more leaves? Any more leaves? I don't see any. So we're just going to check with this. Alright. Anyone need nectar? Oh, we had 2 leaves. Alright. We have this one. And we have mites, which we could actually use. Because the mites, we can use for 1, nectar. They have a ton of it. And 2, they give us like 8 gold each, and there's like 10 of them, so 10 gold is nothing to scoff at. So going from this point forward, most of the dungeons are going to have these rest areas that have upward geysers. But for the most part, I'm not going to use any of them because I don't want to have to do the first sub-levels again. So we are just going to head down to sub-level 5, halfway through the dungeon already. Alright, so I very much remember this sub-level because it's a nightmare. So first off, I'm separating the Pikmin and having Louie grab everyone that is not a white Pikmin. And I'm going to have Olimar grab all of the white Pikmin because... Well, first off, actually, I'm going to leave the white Pikmin here and have Olimar run through and just punch a bunch of bombs. We're just going to have a fun time punching everything. And you can see that they're dropping from the ceilings. They're on Dweevils. These are actually new enemies. These are called volatile Dweevils. And they are by far the most devastating type of Dweevil because they have bombs on them. So just like the careening Diggerits are yeah, the careening diggery bugs, that's what they're called. They are just very dangerous because they can insta-kill all of your Pikmin if you decide to run through here without actually just blowing stuff up. So I very much recommend just running through here with Olimar and just punching the Dweevils. Who needs to have Pikmin to fight when we could just blow everyone up? Is there anything over here? I don't know how many I've destroyed or how many Dweevils I've destroyed, but I know there's that treasure and then there's this treasure over here that I need to get, and I think, good job talking me. I think I've destroyed at least most of the bombs and most of the Dweevils. So we are just going to grab our white Pikmin, and I highly recommend using white Pikmin for this sub-level as well, because they are the fastest type of Pikmin, especially if they are flowered. And they work very well to run through this place without really blowing up. We're going to let that explode before digging this up. Alright. And you can see that even the Dweevils aren't really fast enough to catch up to them. And putting extra Pikmin on them is another way of just ensuring that they are safe by running back. I also like to escort them back on this sub-level because it's so dangerous. So it's going to take slightly longer than if I were to just run over and try to get that treasure as well. And we have what is, I think, the fourth cog. Or no, this isn't a cog, this is a nut. And this is a denamatine girdle? Sure, 70 Pokos. And we're going to take our 40 whites and we're going to go get that last treasure. Or that second treasure that's right over here. I believe it's the last treasure. I didn't see any others. And I don't think my treasure gauge went off anywhere else. So this should be the last treasure. I'm hoping that no more Dweevils or anything drop down. But I do know, yeah. Let that Dweevil kind of just tend to itself. Yeah, so both of the treasures here are booby-trapped. And Dweevils will drop down onto the Pikmin whenever, they are carrying stuff back or digging it out. Which is, again, why I like using the white Pikmin for this. It's just safer, and also, some of the bomb rocks only respawn when Pikmin are walking past them too. Which is another way this sub-level is just dangerous. Speaking of which, I'm going to leave those white Pikmin there to go with Louie. And I think they all just went back to Olimar anyway. What is this sundial called? A mystical dish for 75 Pokos. We haven't really been getting any big treasures. Most of them have been like 70, 75, 80. I'm going to release those Pikmin there. And Louie, you can just go ahead and grab everyone. And yeah, the treasure gauge just went off. So we are going to go ahead and head down to sub-level 6. And I think I just want Olimar to run over here, and we'll drop down this ledge and head down to the next sub-level, which is also booby-trapped. Everything in this sub-level was booby-trapped. Alright, sub-level 6. We have another new type of Dweevil right there. That is a Munge Dweevil, which has a very funny name. But it's, if you can't tell by its name or its color, is a poison Dweevil, which it just killed itself. Oh, okay. Sure, we'll go with that. It looks like there's also a node beetles here, so we're gonna just go ahead and try to take at least one of them out. It's much safer on this sub-level to hit the node beetles with one Pikmin, instead of throwing a bunch at it, which, if it could stop so I could hit it, it would be very nice. And then swarm it, because once the node beetles are on their backs, the Pikmin will bounce off of them, and they're likely to fall down and die if they fall off of the ledge. Also, we have another up spout right here, which is interesting. I think that's a Fireweed Dweevil, which I'm just not going to deal with right now. Another use for this careening Diggery Bug is if we can trick it to drop its bomb next to another enemy, it can just straight up blow up other enemies. Unfortunately, the node beetle is immune when it's not flipped over. No, we do not want to go up. Node beetle, please stop running, and yellow Pikmin, please do not die. We want to take out that node beetle basically because it'll save us a little bit of a headache. And I think I want Louie to go with the white Pikmin to try to take out some of these poison emitters. We still have more than... We'll take out this poison emitter first. I'm really trying to work around these node beetles because I don't want them to be an issue. So we're going to try to take that one out as quickly as possible. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the white Pikmin there. And we're going to have these careening Diggery Bugs help me out a little bit. We're going to try to blow up some Dweevils. Hey, Dweevil, how about you run that way into a bomb? Come on. We're just... And if we just leave him there, he should blow up. Yep, that Dweevil's dead. Or it's not dead? Okay, I'm not sure what's happening anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my purple Pikmin, I think. All 19 of them. Because, well, one, they're probably the best for this, if I'm being honest. At the very least, we can knock the Dweevils down a little bit and then just destroy them. And even the node beetles, I probably can take out with the purples. Go ahead and just flip it over and throw everything I have at it. And then we can take out this fiery Dweevil. And next up are the caravanning Diggery Bugs, which I want to take out at least one of them very quickly, and then we can take out this fiery Dweevil next by stunning it and then just taking it out. I lost 4 more purples doing that. I think what happened is they bounced off of the treasure and off of the ledge. That sucks. That's awful. Why are you above the ledge? What type of throw was that? What are you doing? Come on, get above land, at least. We're just gonna run over here. I think that's the last, like, dangerous thing that I need to deal with. So we're just gonna have Louis come over here, grab some more Pikmin, and help carry everything back. Because, my god, has this sub-level been interesting. And by interesting, I mean like a nightmare. But, go ahead and take that one back, and I'll have Olimar run over here with the yellows to help carry more stuff back. Because there are more enemies that we need to carry. Carry you guys, put 2 more on that. Put 3 more on that. We have a lock, a combination lock, which is a space wave receiver. Don't know how that works, but alright. And for 80 Pokos. Put 4 more on you. Okay, only 2 of them went on it for some reason. And honestly, we're gonna just run over here. Alright, all Pikmin gather around to look at the bolt, which is a repair juggernaut for 85 Pokos. Okay, I'm gonna just grab a bunch of the Pikmin here to grab this last Weevil, because I think that's the last enemy I need to pick up. And we have another fuse, which is a vacuum processor for the FEE, the Far Easier Electric Company. Or Far Eastern Electric Company. Grab you. Grab this Munge Weevil. And I think I want to say that's everything here. I'm still upset that, oh, there's 2 more Anode Beetles right here that I want to grab. I'm still upset about those 4 purple Pikmin that flew off the ledge because they hit the treasure. It just sucks. But on to, I think this is sub-level 7. Alright, sub-level 7, I want to immediately grab all my Pikmin and run in a corner. Because I am scared. That's fine. All you guys can do that. Okay, this is not a safe corner anymore. I know there's an enemy walking around that I am desperately scared of, but we need to take out this Diggery Bug. And I want to, again, run over here and put all my Pikmin in a corner, including you two. And I'm going to have Olimar run around again and blow up all the bombs, because there are so many. There are so many bombs on this sub-level. All of you blow up, you blow up, you blow up, you blow up. And the bombs aren't actually the reason I'm scared of this sub-level. It's one particular new enemy that's here, but I just don't know where it is. I hear it. It's a little, like, stepping sounds that you hear. That's the enemy I'm thinking of. I just don't know where it is. There's the exit. And I'm keeping a very close eye on my Pikmin total, because it would be devastating if it took out all of my Pikmin. Here's one of them. This is called a Gatling Groink. What it does is it faces a Gatling gun that will shoot explosives at you. It also has a shield on its face, meaning you can't attack it from the front, which makes it kind of difficult to deal with. Also, since it's shooting explosions, if it hits your Pikmin, they die. Also, I believe, since my treasure gauge is going nuts, that Gatling Groink has a treasure in it, so I need to take it out. And, of course, the best way to take out any difficult type of Pikmin is by using purples. So that's what we're gonna do. And, oh, it's looking at me. Don't look at me. It hit at least one of my purples. Alright, so this isn't working. I'm just losing purples. I lost 2 purples. So new strategy. Time for yellows. Apparently that's too high for the purples to reach. So I'm using yellows now to actually reach up there. And hopefully I have enough of them to do enough firepower to this thing. Also, they're just slightly faster, so they're probably going to be better for this anyway. God damn it, come on. Is it dead? Finally. That... Oh, also, the Gatling throwing. Once you kill them, take them back to the ship. Because as you can see, it's healing. Which is the worst possible thing that could probably happen. If it heals, you're basically screwed because it's just another Gatling Groink you have to deal with. And also, I'm fairly certain there's another one, but I haven't seen it. It's very possible that the other one just died, which, in all honesty, I would be okay with. Go ahead and send all my purples on this, I guess. And what do we have here for another, what looks like a fuse by the Processing Person System? The Indomitable CPU for 100 Pokos. Volatile Dweevil! Volatile Dweevil! Alright, I guess the 1 floor was not the only one with booby traps. Got it. I guess I'll just take all the Pikmin and, well, we grab you. And then I'm going to grab this last treasure that we saw over here by the Gatling Groink. Which, are you booby-trapped as well? You are. Yellow Pikmin, now is not the time to be a hero. What is wrong with Pikmin and wanting to be heroes? Alright, we got some Vimit tape. Some Furious adhesive. This looks like electrical tape. Red electrical tape. For 60 Pokos. And then the last treasure is right here, actually. I think I'm just gonna swarm it to get it back faster. And while we were waiting to get that back, I'm just gonna have Olimar go over here and wait by the down location. Alright, what looks like oh, it's a fruit sauce? I was assuming fruit juice because this is called a thirst activator, but fruit sauce fruit sauce. Interesting. For 300 Pokos, I just realized how many Pokos this is worth. This is also only a thirst activator in the US edition. In the European edition of this game, it is called a perfect container. And in the Japanese edition of this game, it is called an alternative reactor. Which all of them are worth 300 Pokos, I believe. And that is the last of the stuff on the sublevel. So down to sublevel 8 we go. Honestly, it's been going better than I have expected. I expected to get wiped out by a bunch of bombs on like 4 different sublevels so far. But honestly, I think it's going pretty good. I also think that I am going to eradicate the rest of my red Pikmin here. So we're gonna separate, and I'm gonna... take out the mites. Where are you guys? Where are you going? What is wrong with you Pikmin? Alright. Again, grab everyone. We're just gonna walk over here into a corner, and y'all are gonna separate. Alright? I'm taking the reds. Why are there only 14 of you? There it is. And we're just gonna turn all the reds into purples. Alright, that's the first set. This is gonna be the second set. They also give you a nice candy pop butt, or a queen candy pop butt here, in case you want to make more. I would recommend yellows, but if you wanted to make more of any type, they give you the option here. But I just want as many purples as I can get my hands on. Because, again, purples are just more valuable to me. And they will be at least slightly helpful in this upcoming boss fight on the next sub-level. So, getting 15 more to replace the 9 that I've lost is nice, at the very least. Unfortunately, it did come at the cost of all of my reds, but you know. Let's go ahead and flower all of you. And let's see what's inside of these. Just out of curiosity. And we'll grab all of you guys, because I don't believe there's anything else that we need to do. We are just going to head to the next sub-level. Let's go ahead and see what's in this. Again, just regular nectar. Guys, leave the queen candy pop butt alone, please. And we have one more egg. What do you have? Just more nectar. That's fine. So, we are heading to the final sub-level. Alright, sub-level 9. And I think it's fair to say that I'm at least slightly nervous about this boss fight. But what I want to do is I want to come over here, I want to dismiss my Pikmin, and I'm going to have Olimar grab all 28 of the purples. And I'm going to have Louie grab all of the yellows, all 23 of my yellows. Which seems like a weird distribution, but I think it's correct. And we're going to do the same thing that we did to Emperor Bullblax a couple of episodes ago. We're going to use a red potion, and we are going to charge and just keep throwing. And we're going to try to do as much damage to this guy as quickly as possible. We got about half of his life, which is good, because this is the man-at-arms, or man-at-legs, sorry. What it will do is it's basically a daddy long-legged enemy. And it will run at you, and once it gets into a position, it will shoot a gun at you. I didn't think it could come over here. What I'm going to do is I need to lure it away from me somehow. And here's what we'll do. We'll use another red potion so we can run away. And then I want to switch over to Louie and use another red potion to... I lost a yellow, but that's fine. I need my yellows to be able to deal some damage to this guy. And I'm using yellows because the man-at-legs is too tall to actually be hit by other types of Pikmin. And I'm just... I'm hemorrhaging yellows. Come on, guys. Just take him out. Everything else is fine as long as it dies. Okay, that's good. I lost... I had 23 going into this, so I lost 12 yellows to that boss, but also, I'm okay losing yellows. That mechanized monstrosity is no longer functional. An insect and a machine forming a symbiotic relationship. Life forms here are beyond odd. Interacting are initiating area scan. Glass spear detected. So that probably would have went a lot worse if I didn't use the purples at the beginning. Using the purples is basically allowed me to half its health before it could do anything to me, which is very nice to do. But other things about the man-at legs is that the man-at legs has those little spindly legs that looks like it would stab you if they stepped on you, but it actually cannot crush Pikmin, unlike other beady long legs type enemies. Also, like I said, when it's walking around, it'll stop occasionally and pull out a gun and shoot at you. Use that time to hide behind objects, because if you're behind anything, it physically cannot hit you. I know I didn't show it very well because half of my yellows died, but that's also the reason I told you to bring a lot of yellows to this dungeon, and why I brought a lot of yellows to this dungeon, is just for this fight. But the treasure we get for beating him is the Stellar Orb for 100 Pokos. Also bringing us up to 80% of our debt cleared. If I combine this glass sphere with the synthetic sun I have been secretly developing. Processing complete, I have manufactured a solar system. The artificial sunlight it emits will brighten underground areas. This is actually one of the better treasures that we can get because, like the ship just said, it'll make future dungeons brighter. And you can actually see it here. Look how bright this dungeon is now. It's so bright. It's almost crazy how bright it makes some of the dungeons, and it just makes it easier to navigate and to see what you're doing in future dungeons, which is very helpful moving forward. But with that being said, let's go ahead and back to the surface. We got almost 2,000 Pokos in this dungeon alone. We did lose 21 Pikmin. That's unfortunate, but losses can be regained. Most of them being yellows, actually. I think only about 10 purples died, but we gained 15, so we're actually up purples. And all 16 treasures found, so I think that's pretty good. Alright, and 80% of debt recovered. And we have 6 seconds left, so literally I'm just going to wait here for 5 seconds. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da. It's so many white Pikmin. Also, how dare it put the decorated cannon beetles into the landing site? How dare it? Today's report. What do we got? We got a bunch of money. Almost 2,000 Pokos. And yeah, we lost reds and yellows, but went up on every other color, so that's nice. We got 20 white Pikmin. We only got 8 new purple Pikmin, but that's still good. We lost 5 to battle today, which is... Oh, okay. That's interesting, actually. It counts the deaths from the man at legs as explosion deaths, and not from battle deaths. That's interesting. You got mail. Olimar, you'll soon be promoted to manager. Only a small bit of debt remains. You've done great. As well as have I. No one dodges debt collectors as I do. I'm a pro. And with that, I think it was a pretty good day between the surface and the dungeon. So I think we are going to call this episode here. So I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, we head back to the Valley of Repose to get the last of the above ground treasures, as well as do that final dungeon that is there. But until then, happy adventuring!